Welcome to XIAOXIAO, Jessie.
Thanks for having me, Xiaoxiao.
Well, I have to say the reason that I want to invite you because you are building a very fantastic hardware for female. So tell us about the Rèsa story because Rèsa sounds like very powerful and but feminine. So tell us the story, the whole story.
Okay, it's my pleasure to be here. Thanks for having me. Hi, audience. My name is Jessie. I am the CEO and founder of Rèsa. So what we do at Rèsa is we are creating an AI bracelet that helps women to understand their body and also own their life. Speaking back for the brand name, I love that you describe it as both feminine and powerful because that's exactly the energy that we are channeling. Rèsa actually comes from the word resonance, and honestly, using that name was deeply personal for me. You know, as women, we go through so many of these invisible moments in our daily life that are hard to explain to anyone else. Like, you might wake up one day and just feel off. Nothing is actually wrong, but you're just not feeling it. Or you will have a week where you are an absolute rock star. Your brain is sharp, everything is clicking, then suddenly the next day, your brain just turned into a literal mush. And you're just standing there and like, wait, what just happened? So I've been there and I've talked so many of my girlfriends about this, and we all have this unspoken understanding. These feelings are incredibly real, but we rarely talk about them because we don't even know how to put them into words. That really struck a chord with me. There's this unique community of moments among women. We share these identical experiences, yet for the longest time, there hasn't been a place for those feelings are truly understood or held. That's why resonance is the heartbeat of our brand. I believe that our ability to resonate with and understand one another is the foundation of how we support each other among women. I want Rèsa to be part of that foundation. So our philosophy is actually resonant first. Our first move is not to fix her or to tell her what exactly you should be doing. It's to say, hey, I hear you. I understand you. We want to help women embrace their own body's rhythm and leave the flow with it, rather than constantly feel like they're just fighting against their own body.
You know what? You are so unique because I've seen a lot of hardwares over the past year, but most of them are founded by men, by male founders. So you're a female founder and you can capture the girls' needs. So
why hardware,
right? Why hardware? Why female-focused hardware?
Okay. Look, I might be the first to admit it, but I am a bit of a hardware nerd. If you look at my track records, from mixed reality glass to immersive female sexual wellness device, and now Rèsa, I always end up back at hardware. People might think I'm crazy because, let's face it, hardware is so hard. In software, you can always launch it with a beta and wait for the user to scream and then fix it overnight. But with hardware, you're playing a high-stake games. You've got year-long R&D process, supply chain drama, and even one tiny sensor fails, you are back to square one. So it's kind of twice the work, but half the glory, which is why most founders might be ran to the another way. But for me, I think it wasn't really a choice. First, my background is in affective computing, as you know. My life has been in this mix of psychology and computer science, followed by health informatics at Johns Hopkins and Imperial College London. Here's what I learned. Emotions are not random. They're always a physiological signals driving how you feel. And when I look at the tech landscape for women, I realized this engine was actually missing. We're all obsessed with tracking HRV and sleep these days, right? But if you are a woman and you're not looking at these numbers through the lens of your hormonal cycle, you're only getting half the story. hormones are the hidden variable in our lives. And the hormonal fluctuation shows up in your skin temp, your heart rate variability, things you can catch with 24/7 variable. If you don't have the hardware to capture the ground truth data, everything else, the app, the AI, is just guesswork.
Yeah.
True. And the second reason this is what really gets me is that we are living in a world that male is default. It's the default, right? It sounds like a conspiracy theory, but it's a data gap.
Conspiracy. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Did I pronounce that wrong?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So for systematic research on female body, didn't even start until 1993. What year were you born?
1994.
Okay, yeah. Can you imagine that? It's only like 30 years of research on female body, but compared with men, for a century, every medical truth about human body, about the sleep, nutrition, disease, was based on male biology.
Yeah.
And we see this logic everywhere. Car crash dummies are sized like men, so women are actually 50% more likely to be injured in a car crash. Office AC is calibrated for male metabolism, and this is the reason why we are all wearing sweaters in July. And wearables, they're doing the exact same thing. They give you a readiness score based on male baseline, but no one is actually asking, what does this number mean for women in their luteal phase? Women have to force to use health tech that wasn't built for them, and then they were told to just make it work.
Yeah.
So I am over it. We don't need a gadget to paint it to be pink. We need a tool that actually understands our own biological reason.
The time that I met you, you were building Fantasia, which is like sex toy. Can I say in that way?
Yeah.
But now you have a big transition, and from Fantasia to Rèsa. What kind of lessons that you've gained through your last journey, and what other motivates that you can carry forward?
That's a really good question. So Fantasia is a brand focused on female sexual wellness. We actually created the world's first immersive interactive sex toy built entirely from a female perspective. That the starting point is quite simple because in that field, over 90% of the founders are men, but the users are women.
Yeah.
And they are more designing blunt physical solution while entirely ignoring the female psychological and emotional needs during the sex experience. So I wanted to flip that script. So during that 2 years, I leaned heavily into user research. I built a community of over 1,000 real users and conducted countless deep dive interviews. And the biggest takeaway wasn't about pleasure. It was about exploration, self-exploration. So the user on our products, they're using that. They were actually testing, feeling, and discovering what they liked, what they didn't, and what brought them pleasure. So many women has told us they thought they knew themselves, but through this, they realized there are entire parts of them they never even know existed. I also noticed how incredibly rare it is for most women to have a space that is zero judgment, totally safe, and completely private to simply explore themselves freely. So it actually highlighted a fundamental problem. Women has been starved of objective scientific channel to understand their own body and emotions. They want to know themselves, but they lack the tools, sometimes even the language to it. And that was my aha moment. I realized that Fantasia was more solving a downstream experience, focusing on specific moments of pleasure. But Rèsa is more about upstream, helping women to decode their bodies from the ground up. And it's about knowing exactly what state you are in today and why you feel the way you do. I believe that once the women truly understand the rhythm of their own body, and that's when they or she can truly accept herself and take the full control of her life.
Yeah, it sounds like the essence of these two brands or two products are aligned with each other, kind of,
True.
right?
Yeah.
And the targeted audience are similar,
Yes.
right?
We all target women, but like different segments though.
Yeah, I've noticed that you want to build the first form of Rèsa is the bracelet.
Yeah.
For girls, a lot of girls like to wear multiple layers of bracelets.
Yeah.
Yeah, on one arm. So why
Like
do you
you
choose?
do.
Yes. So why do you choose bracelet
Okay.
for the first step?
Yeah. So as for the form factor, the choice was actually driven by a very simple user reality. To truly decode women's biological rhythm, you need data that is seamless and 24/7, right?
Yeah.
And we need to know what's happening while she's sleeping, she's working, exercising, or even she's just having an emotional moment. If the data is fragmented, the insight is broken.
Yeah.
But let's be honest, like most women don't wear current wearables all the time. They're either too bulky, like this.
Apple Watch, is that Apple Watch?
Yeah, this
Okay.
is Apple Watch. Too tacky for a nice dinner, or just uncomfortable to sleep in. And so the moment she takes it off, we lose the picture.
Yes.
Our philosophy is called jewelry first. We realize that for women to wear something around the clock, the motivation shouldn't just be, this is useful for me. It has to be, I love how this look.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if it's pretty enough that she wants to wear it, the data naturally flows. That's the reason why we chose bracelet form factor. And there are also extra like two other like logical reasons for that. The first one is the wrist is perfect for capturing high quality physiological signals. But more importantly, a bracelet can blend into her life. It works in the boardroom, at the gym, or even on a date.
Yes.
So she never has to choose between her health data and her style. It's technology that finally fits her life, not the other way around.
Yeah. This is very interesting because, my bracelet, I didn't take it off. I bring it all the time, even when I'm in a shower. So it has to be waterproof,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
But like the ring, you have to take it off multiple times in a day. So it's not suitable for capture the entire data of the life.
Yeah, I do agree with that. Even though our ring, they are waterproof, but I think for like so many of women, we still have the habits of we just get used to take the ring off when we wash hands, when we take shower.
Yes, and also put on the hand cream. You have to get it off.
Yes, and it's not very suitable for the gym like circumstance. When you're at exercise, it's not like really comfortable to wear a ring.
Yes, so I think the bracelet, this kind of form, is very nuanced that man founder seldom notice that. But female founder could easily observe this is a pinpoint.
Maybe. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So what is the fundamental difference that you think could distinguish Rèsa from all of other brands,
Okay.
existing ones?
I understand that. I want to first say that Rèsa is not just a female version of what's already out there. We're not here just to shrink it and pink it. We build this because no product on the market is actually built on the foundation of female biology.
Okay.
So most devices like Aura, Whoop, even Apple Watch, and so many other house wearables, they track your HRV and sleep, and then interpret those numbers through a male lens. So for men, they operate on a 24-hour cycle. Their baseline is relatively stable. But for women, we have, in general speaking, 28 days hormonal cycle. Our biology is shifting every single day.
True.
So an HRV score in your follicular phase means something completely different than the same score in your luteal phase. We are not a pink aura ring, but we are reinterpreting every physiological signal through the lens or hormonal cycle. That's our corn DAA. Okay. The second big difference is how we treat the data. Traditionally, the health stack is all about the dashboard, the charts, the stats, the raw numbers, the benchmarks.
How do you use that?
We don't use that.
Okay.
We realized that actually for most women, more data actually leads more anxiety.
Yes.
So we have a design principle at Rèsa, which is called anti-data anxiety. We don't want to give you a math problem. We want to give you an answer that you can actually act on.
The direct suggestion?
Yeah, sure. First, we have the language to help you understand and like use the language you can feel what is actually going on in your body, and then provide suggestions that you can act on. So instead of a chart, Rèsa might just tell you, hey, your nerve system is still recovering today, so maybe push the high-stake decision meeting tomorrow. Or you will hit an energy dip at 2:30 p.m., so get the big stuff down now. When the tool starts reducing your mental load instead of adding to it, that's when it becomes part of your life.
So Rèsa still shows or displays the data, but not too much data, right?
Yeah, if you want to dig into the data or stats part, you can always do that. But on the surface, we provide more the language. Yeah, the language that you can actually feel and act on.
Yeah, that's another nuance that tailored for women.
Yes.
Yeah, cool. In your design of the bracelet, you want to integrate a lot of sensors into bracelet, right?
True.
And you will capture some signals, including ultra V, but also other signals.
Yeah.
How do you make it come true? And what is the process? Is that technically feasible today? Any technical
to track
challenges?
hormonal cycles?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
How do you collect data?
Okay. First, I want to be very clear about one thing, that we are not claiming to measure hormone concentration in your blood directly. That requires a blood test, and any non-invasive wearable that claiming otherwise should raise serious red flags. What we actually do is to use multiple dimensional physiological signals like HRV, RHR, skin temperature, and skin conductance, and so on, as the proxy indicator of the hormonal fluctuation.
All right.
So by combining these with the user cycle data, we can infer the trends of hormonal shifts and provide actionable insights. This methodology is grounded in extensive medical research. And we also have a professional scientific advisory board guiding us for our development and validation every step of the way. Yeah. And also our hardware and algorithm are prioritized for hormonal accuracy. So this means our requirements for data granularity and sample stability are completely different from general purpose trackers. So it's more like Apple Watch versus the Aura Ring. So they both track sleeps, but users still buy an Aura because it's specialized and more precise in the specific domain. We are doing the same for hormonal fluctuation for the context.
Great. So I'm still curious about the journey afterwards, after collecting all the data you need. So what does the analysis look like?
Okay. As for the user journey, we wanted to feel like a seamless conversation with your own body.
Okay.
Every morning when she opens an app, Rèsa gives her a snapshot of her state, not in abstract numbers, but in language she can actually feel and act on. Like the nerve system is still recovering to the example I've mentioned earlier. It provides personalized insights and guidance for energy planning, exercise, and nutrition based on her unique rhythm. So the goal is to be proactive. Rèsa might send a nudge before an energy dip hits, so she can plan her afternoon before ahead of time, rather than realizing it when she's already burned out. Ultimately, we want the product to be so integrated that she barely knows it's even there. Yet, whenever she needs an answer or advice, Rèsa is already one step ahead.
Cool. Yeah, you mentioned that you want to track some signals like estrogen, and maybe beyond that, you will bring in progesterone in the future. Yeah.
Right now, it's
Right now,
included.
all right,
Yeah, yeah.
so wonderful. But I used to use 大姨妈 in China. They already included a lot of data, but they have to require the customers to put in the data manually. So you will record it automatically, right? So you mentioned hormone fluctuation.
Yes.
Could you explain more and elaborate it? How does it impact on women's well-being?
Oh, yeah, sure. So first for Clue and the Flow, and also the Daima you mentioned earlier, that they are great products, and but they're doing something fundamentally different compared with Rèsa. Think about it, like our body goes through 4 distinct phases every single month. In follicular phase, estrogen climbs, and you're at your cognitive and physical peak. That's the time to tackle those really hardest tasks. And in ovulation, which only lasts 48 hours, your communication skills and desire to connect are at their highest. Then you hit your luteal phase, where progesterone takes over and the estrogen crash. And that's where the PMS, the anxiety, and insomnia tends to show up. So a calendar app like Flow or Clue, they can tell you, hey, it's the day 14 of your cycle. And based on average data, it says how women typically feels. So that's just calendar math. It doesn't know that your hormones actually are today. So that's the gap between a statistical average and your real-time biology. With an app, you are getting an answer for the average women. But with Rèsa, you are putting your own specific physiological signals into the context of your hormonal cycle. It's the difference between saying women usually feel tired now.
Yeah.
And the data shows your energy reserves are dropping for the next 5 hours. Not to mention the manual input you mentioned earlier is a massive barrier, right? I've always forgot to log them. Apps only relies on active login, but here's the irony. The days when you feel your worst are exactly the days you are least likely to open an app and log your symptoms, right? So that's why Rèsa is built for passive data collection. She just wears the bracelet and the data naturally flows in the background. She doesn't have to do a thing. When you combine these two things, personalized real-time physiological insights with a totally frictionless passive experience, that's when you finally have a solution that helps women truly understand their body without adding to her to-do list.
Yes. So this is the pain point.
Yes.
To be the bridge. For the long term, what is the ideal roadmap ahead of Rèsa? What kind of ideal user you want to grab?
Okay, our roadmap is actually unfold across 3 different layers. So the first layer is about deepening our signals. Right now, we focus on physiological signals, markers like HRV, RHR, skin temperature, and so on. The next step is to integrating multidimensional data, things like CTM for metabolisms, even voice analysis to better understand the emotional state. So the richer the signals, the more precise our insights become. The second layer is about expanding the life stage that we serve. Right now, we currently focus on the hormonal rhythms and lifestyle management. But the same underlying data can actually support so much more, from fertility and mental health to perimenopause. So that's what we want to do in the second step. As for the third layer, which is what I am most passionate about, I believe the lifelong health data every woman accumulates with Rèsa is her own personal asset. And when enough women accumulates this long-term longitudinal data, we will create the first truly representative database of female biology.
All right.
This means we can now empower researchers and medical institutions to move past the old male as default models. We are building the foundation that finally advances women's health in a way that's actually about us.
We're not gonna expand the male users in the future.
Male, oh, okay. Yeah, that's not our focus right now. Yeah, yeah, it's a brand for women. Yeah, so that's our vision, because we want to ensure that the next generation of women doesn't have to settle for average answers. Systematic research on female body has only lasted for around 30 years. At Rèsa, we are here to make sure that the next 30 years don't just move faster, but they move us towards a future where every woman truly owns their health journey.
Yeah. So, is there any picture about your ideal user when using Rèsa in their daily life? Have you ever imagined that?
Yeah, you will see the Rèsa women everywhere. She's leading a pitch in the boardroom with totally clarity. She's hitting the climbing gym after work, or she's out on a trail in California mountains. She's someone who refuses to compromise. She wants the career, the relationship, and also the fitness. She wants to live her life at the highest density. But even she has those moments. The random afternoon where she just hits a wall and doesn't know why. Usually she would blame herself and think, why I'm so off today? Before Rèsa, she didn't have the language or the answer of those moments. Now with Rèsa, she wakes up to a snapshot of her state, not a code number, but the sentence she can actually feel at on. It might say, your focus window is open now, but expect an energy dip at 2:30 p.m. She sees that and she makes a choice. She moves her high-stake decision to the morning. And she is no longer guessing. She's navigating her day with a map of her own biology. When she has her pick, Rèsa tells her, you're on fire. Now is the time to sprint. And when she's low, it says, this isn't a failure. This is just your rhythm. Give yourself permission to breathe. Ultimately, it's not about making her stronger or forcing her to be a high energy machine 24/7. It's about finally putting her on the same team as her own body. She stopped fighting herself and started flowing with her rhythm. That's how she truly gains the control over her life.
I wrote a post on Twitter. I claim that I want to see more and more founders are doing the software and hardware combinations, because I've already realized the AI software are getting harder and harder to attract the user's attention. But as a hardware, you can do a lot of like seamless integration. So do you really think hardware is becoming the new entry point for founders to do the startup?
I do agree with building an edge with software is becoming more and more difficult. That's reality. I also believe the rise of AI agents, agentic AI, has given hardware longer hands, especially in health. In the past, you could only provide user with some data, stats, or information. But my core perspective is that only hardware could create a persistent 24/7 touch point for collecting personal data. And the data is truly impossible to replicate. If a user wears Rèsa for 3 months, Rèsa accumulates 3 months of her rhythm data. And if she wears it over a year, it builds a personalized model that truly remembers her. It can know that what makes her uncomfortable. It can know what exercise help her recover energy the fastest. What she did yesterday that can lead to a greater sleep, a good sleep tonight, and or what keeps her mood stable. So this model belongs only to her. And more importantly, it's only through hardware where that you can truly intervene in users' life.
We are really looking forward to see your first product launch. So tell us, what is the timeline for the first launch?
Okay, so when it comes to our launch, I have a very clear stance. I want Rèsa to be fully validated, mature products when it finally meets the audience. That's a conscious choice we are made. You see, hardware is different from software.
Yes.
You don't have the luxury of launching it first and fixing it later.
Yeah.
So in hardware, every iteration means rerunning an entire supply chain cycle and redoing all the tests. If you launch a product that hasn't been fully vetted, the damage to the user experience and the brand is permanent, and it's incredibly hard to win them back. So before the official launch, we are running at least 2 to 3 rounds testing the device. We're testing the algorithms, the accuracy of our insights, and how the feature actually hold up in the real life scenarios. Every bit of the feedback goes directly into the next iteration. We want our very first user to feel the difference the moment they put it on. So we are being patient with this process. Right now, we are looking at an official launch in the Q1 of next year.
All right, Q1 next year. So you got fully almost 1 year to prepare.
Yeah, more than half year, I would say, because it's already
April.
April.
Yeah, you're right. And so does Rèsa fit to the global market? You're gonna launch it?
Yeah,
simultaneously?
mainly
Okay,
in the US in the first step.
Oh, really? Okay, so you're gonna do some pre-launch marketing?
Obviously.
Yes. After seeing the evolution of your team, tell us your team members right now and how did you team up? What is the team up story? And based on that, what excites you most? Yeah.
Okay. What excites me most is that no two people on this team have a similar background. Yet
Outlier?
Not outlier, but like it's actually every single person is tailor-made for this mission we're on.
Okay.
So in traditional hardware startup, you will see, you'll usually see hardware people,
Yes.
software people,
Coming
and
from
or
the giant companies?
yes, and also like algorithm engineers. We have all of those with top tier AI and hardware engineering backgrounds. But we also have a designer from one of the world's most prestigious female-led design studios. And we also have a CMO with a background in film and global brand storytelling.
Film.
Yes, and also scientific advisors from top-tier medical schools.
Oh, makes sense.
Yeah, because the problem Rèsa is solving is actually 3-layered. So we will say like first layer is science, right? We have to extract hormonal cycle. We have to extract hormonal-related signals from a mountain of noise, which requires extreme hardware precision and deep algorithms. And the second layer is aesthetics, which is the most important thing for women.
Yeah.
A woman has to wear this every day. So this requires a design logic of a fine jewelry piece, not the tech gadget. The third layer is narrative. Women are sharing their most intimate biological data with Rèsa. So that kind of trust isn't built on functional specs. It's built on a brand narrative that truly understands her and resonates with her life. So if any of the layer fails, the other two become irrelevant. You can have the best algorithm, but if she wouldn't want to wear the device, the data doesn't exist. You can have the most accurate data, but if you gave her the numbers she cannot understand, she won't come back. And you can have the best product, but if she doesn't feel like this was made for me, she will never trust you. So our team is designed to make sure all these three layers work in a perfect harmony.
Sounds interesting. It looks like they are seemingly irrelevant to this industry or in this domain, but they do all have their own taste.
Taste and ability.
Yes. Okay. So to this extent, they are all aligned with the Rèsa, the branding philosophy. Kind of.
Yeah, we created that together.
Yeah. Sure. Okay. It reminds me that a girl would like to wear some fashion jewelries. Sometimes they choose like Cartier or Tiffany. They represent a kind of lifestyle or, kind of. So maybe a girl would like to choose Rèsa because it stands for
their identity and attitude.
Yeah, so
right.
Yeah, just closing remark. Just leave one sentence of Rèsa to the audience, what it will be for the girls who are potential users in the future.
Can you use 5? No?
Sure.
Oh, sorry, I'm kidding. It's so hard to put everything like the vision we have, the mission we are out to into one sentence. But if it has to be one, I would say understanding the rhythm of your body is the first step forward, truly accepting yourself and owning your life.
Okay.
Do you like that?
Kind of long.
Okay.
It's like the slogan.
Oh,
So
okay.
it must be simple
And shorter.
Yeah, and powerful. Like nothing's impossible for Nike.
Let me call my CMO. Know my rhythm on my day.
Oh. That's this one.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I'm glad you like
Repeat it.
Know my rhythm on my day.
Okay, remember it.